everybody. Welcome to WolfPAWS Wolf Dog Sanctuary here in beautiful Dandridge, Tennessee. I'm Jennifer Ackley, and I'm the founder and executive director here at WolfPAWS. And I have with me Helen Arends, who is on the board of directors, and she's also a longtime volunteer. Welcome.
Good morning and welcome.
It's a beautiful day today. We want to take you guys on a virtual tour of our sanctuary since we're not able to have live tours right now during this COVID pandemic. We're being very careful with our volunteer staff and our animals, trying to keep everybody safe. We hope you're all staying safe as well. So let's start this tour. Okay, so we start the tour here. We have our little sign saying WolfPAWS is right here. Here's our beautiful building. This is our visitor center. And we're going to go inside and take care of our paperwork first. So we come in and we have you sign the release of liability. We show you our brochure, which has pictures of all of our animals and also a little bit about why we think that wolf dogs don't make good pets. After we fill out the paperwork, we're going to watch a little safety briefing. It's called How Not to Greet a Wolf Dog. And after the tour, we're going to come back in here and check out our wolf store where you can buy WolfPAWS products and other wolf-related items. Okay, so we are going to start the tour with Dakota and Leia, also known as Princess Leia. They were the first pair that we got. Actually, Dakota was the first animal that we rescued, and then we rescued Leia. And they were our first bonded pair, and they have a beautiful large enclosure with a nice tree cover. And we're going to walk in there, and Helen is going to tell us a little bit about them.
Dakota was born in 2011. He's considered mid to high content. He has extremely large paws, and he loves to get hot dogs fed to him. Leia is considered high content, about 77%. She was brought in 2011. I'm sorry, 2012. She was 2 years old, and she also loves her hot dogs. And her and Dakota are bonded, like Jennifer said, and they're two very special animals.
So we're just going to hang out here for a little bit with them and see if maybe they'll come over. Sometimes they're a little camera shy, but they know Helen and me pretty well. So they're not as fearful as if when a stranger comes, they're quite fearful.
These animals do not make good pets. They're very skittish. I've been here 2 years, and it's taken almost that amount of time for them to trust me and to feed them hot dogs by hand. The message that we are trying to convey is to not get a wolf dog. It does not end well for anyone, especially the animal.
Here comes Leia.
Hi, buddy.
From hiding.
My sweet girl.
Aww. Hi, baby girl.
And you can tell the higher the content, the less of a mask on their face. And Leia's got a very smooth, no mask identification.
Right, it's more, the fur is blended.
It's blended, that's
Yep.
the word I was
Yep.
looking for. Yep.
Exactly.
Hi, sweetheart. And Dakota likes to take his naps in the sun.
Yes, he does. Not very active. When it starts getting warmer out, they're much less active. So we do tours. When we resume tours, they're going to be early in the morning, about 7 in the morning. Princess Leia.
Leia, you want a hot dog? You want a hot dog?
You're teasing her.
Go get her a hot dog.
Well, they have a nice life here, and that's what counts. Okay, it's nap time. We'll leave him alone. This is Aloe. Oh, he did a little lip curl. Oh, that's so funny.
He's doing a big lip curl.
Yes, he is.
What you doing, baby?
So the way I read the lip curl from Aloe is that because he's a wolf dog, okay, he's part dog, and the dog in him is very social and wants to come forward, and then the wolf in him is like, wait, I'm not quite comfortable with being this close, although he's the one that initiated the contact. So, Helen, tell us a little bit about Aloe and Moonbeam and where they came from.
Well, Aloe came from Indianapolis in 2014. He's considered low to mid content. He's actually very social, kind of the opposite of the rest of the dogs. He loves, when we do tours, he loves to get the hot dogs. He has no fear of strangers, and he can catch them from 20 feet away. He's really good at that. But again, like Jennifer just pointed out, that lip curl will make you step back for a second. They are dangerous animals. They are part wolf.
And you hand feed them how? You toss.
I toss them.
Right. You don't.
Toss them. I don't go in
hand
there.
feed.
I don't go in. I go in with Moonbeam, but with Aloe, he's just a little unpredictable sometimes.
Right.
So we have to be careful with him.
Yep.
Now Moonbeam, she was rescued in 2013. She is considered mid-content. She has the beautiful, beautiful blue eyes, and she also loves the hot dogs. She's a little bit more skittish. Has been coming more towards tours lately. When I first started volunteering here, she would still stay in the back, but she has really come kind of full circle, and she loves the water.
Mm-hmm.
And her and Aloe love to play. They love to roughhouse all the time, and she loves to lay on top of her house, especially when it's sunny out.
So we are coming into the enclosure of Spirit and Kimmy. We got Kimmy from a local humane society, and Spirit was at a shelter in Indiana, and he was going to be euthanized because he had wolf content. And that, unfortunately, is a reality, that if animals have wolf content and they end up at a shelter, that they're likely to be euthanized. Shelters typically don't rehome them for liability reasons.
Kimmy is kind of like the social butterfly of the sanctuary. She greets all of the people that come on tours. She actually helps the other animals with socialization. She will come up to us and we can pet her, and the other animals see that, and it kind of helps them. She's very low content. She's basically dog. She only has about 8% of wolf in her, and you can see the different characteristics between the two animals. Spirit is about 65% wolf, so he's a little bit more mid to high content. He's a thief. He is a thief. He has stolen more bags of hot dogs out of my pockets than I can count. I have to be very careful when I come in so he doesn't just snatch them away. He also tries to open the gates, and we had to put special springs on so that he wouldn't get out. But he's very sweet. Took him a little bit too for him to come. But beautiful, beautiful animal.
Hey, buddy. So Spirit's got the golden
Beautiful
eyes, and that is can be a wolf trait.
Yes,
He's got that double coat. His tail stays straight, doesn't curl, whereas you can see Kimmy's curls. She's mostly husky mix. Hey, sweetie. So you can see Spirit comes over, but then if I reach out to him, he goes the other way. If I put my hand down, he'll come over. If I reach out, he usually goes the other way. So you have to let them come to you in their time when they're comfortable, instead of kind of forcing yourself on them. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, he's a happy boy. They got a nice life here.
To lay and sunbathe on top of his house.
He does, and he also swims in their little pond.
Yep.
So that's very cool too. Okay. Well, thank you guys for being so social and friendly. Yeah. Showing your pretty selves to the camera. How nice. Okay, so now we're going to go and visit with Echo. Now, Echo came to us from Virginia, and from what we gather, he was feral growing up, and so really did not have a lot of human contact when he was young. And with wolf dogs, that is very important, that early socialization, to let them be comfortable with humans around. And we don't think that he got that exposure, and so he's one of the ones that we have not been able to touch yet. And we've had Echo about 4 years now, and we have not been able to touch him in that time, although he's coming a little closer to the people that take care of him on a regular basis. But he's still kind of standoffish. But he lived with Spirit and Kimmy, who live right next door to him. He did live with them for a while, and it was peaceful coexistence until last November, when he and Spirit just started challenging each other. Echo was maturing, and Spirit's getting older. And unfortunately, that's just what happens in a pack. And so we had to separate the two males. But Echo gets lots of attention, and actually, my white shepherd Sasha comes in and spends time with him, so he's not alone. He does run the fence up and down with Kimmy and Spirit, so he's got that interaction. You see all the logs here. A lot of times, what I'll do with his food is I'll take the pieces of food and hide them on the log, and that's a little enrichment and scent activity for him. And I do hide, food and toys throughout his enclosure. You can see that there's a ball over next to his house there, a little yellow jolly ball, and he's staying in the background, but he's curious too. Um, we he's about 4.5 years old because he was about 6 months old when we rescued him. We have not been able to do a DNA test on him, but based on phenotyping, I think he's a mid-content. So we also give him a little kiddie pool and a dog loo and a picnic table. So he's got things in here for enrichment, and seems pretty happy.
One of the things about Echo is that he has come closer to tours. When I first started here, he would stay way in the back. You would not be able to see him. And now he is coming a little bit closer. So I think he's being a little bit more trust with us. And he certainly loves his hot dogs. He will come for hot dogs. He's also been more vocal since he is by himself. When I come to feed him, he barks. He's so happy to have his food. He barks and kind of runs in circles until I put it down. And then he pretty much eats it in about 10 seconds and it's gone.
Yeah, we give him a slow feeder because
he's a slow feeder because he likes to inhale his food.
Yeah.
So he'll come around.
And last but not least, we come to the brand new enclosure for Frost and Orion. We rescued Orion, I would think, 3 years ago. And he came from a horrible living situation where they were living in standing mud and no apparent access to fresh water. Don't know what they were being fed, no idea. But he has a scar on his nose, and it's a permanent scar from trying to escape that enclosure. So I made it WolfPAWS priority to build this brand new enclosure and to find him a suitable companion. Now, mind you, I want everyone to know that we do not breed here. All of our animals are fixed, spayed and neutered. But for compatibility, we pair most of them with male, female. So it seems to be working very well that way. And our experiment of having two males together did not go so well. So we're just going to stick to the male-female pairings. And so you can see they've got lots of room to run, where Orion was in a very small enclosure for most of the 3 years, but now they've got that freedom to run, and they just love this. They've got picnic table. They've got this nice doghouse with a rooftop. They haven't really explored getting on the roof yet, but give them time. It's just been about a month since they've been in here, I think. And there's a little pile of logs for them to climb on. And they've got, trees for shade. Let's see if we can find them. I think we'll sit at the picnic table and see if they'll come a little closer. Hi, Orion. I see him through the woods.
There's Frost on the other side.
Is she? There they are. Hi, sweeties. Hi. You come say hi? when Orion was in the small enclosure, I was able to get close enough to him where he would kiss my face and sniff all over. But if I moved my hand towards him, he would back away. So I've not really touched him, but he's been very close to me. With Frost, when she was in the small enclosure, I was able to hand feed her. Although she took the food very hard sometimes, but I was able to hand feed her. Since they've gotten their freedom here, I've been able to hand feed Orion, but not Frost yet. So I have to just spend some more time out here with them. But they have a beautiful, beautiful enclosure here. You want to add anything, Kelly?
Just we got the DNA test done, and Orion is around 35% wolf. I actually thought he would be a little bit higher, but he just got, to me, the most unique looking face. He's just super sweet. He's been through hell pretty much where he came from, so he's very happy here. Frost is 96% wolf, the highest in the sanctuary. Beautiful, beautiful animal. Very, very skittish. Very skittish. Even with hot dogs, I have to throw them pretty far away for her to come and pick them up. Hopefully over time she'll not be so skittish, but this is just a perfect example of why these don't make good pets. They're not going to come and lay on your lap and let you pet them, you know. So this is a beautiful place for them, but you know, it's a nonprofit. It's run on donations, and with the new enclosure, pretty much wiped us out. So your donations are very much appreciated. And with us unable to do tours right now, it makes it even harder. So we appreciate everything that you can do.